How do you feel after that, given the circumstances that you face coming in here? Proud to have been so competitive, or disappointed that they got you in the end?
Oh, a little bit of both, but I will take a lot from tonight. Yeah, the adversity that we hit showed some real resilience. Tried really hard to execute our roles, and we hung in there. I thought our backs. It reminded me that our backs at our best, just holding up. But unfortunately, we couldn't get out of our back half as the game went on, and we just got overwhelmed with the contest. And that wasn't to say we didn't have a crack, because I thought we did. And for the most part, our method that we were working on, some of the things we've been trying, I saw some really good improvement. So, yeah, I'll take the good signs, but we're here to win. So the players are disappointed, we're disappointed, but I think we'll take a bit from it.
Where do you think it came unstuck most in the final term?
Well, look, there was 7 minutes to go and we're 4 points down. Weight of numbers with the contest. 6 goals against from centre bounce, free kick goals, or the chain where there was a free kick part of the goals, that hurt us. Those things, you hope that with some more growth and some personnel coming back, we can work on that. But we got stuck deep in our D50, which any club that does that for a long period of time is eventually the wall will break. But they didn't stop trying, and I know it blew away in the last 5 minutes. And credit to Gold Coast, I thought they stuck at it, and they're good players, overwhelmed us in the end. But yeah, like I said, I still think we'll take some positives from it.
You mentioned the goals from centre bounces. Obviously, you can put talent into the midfield, but you can't replace the blokes that have the craft of being a centre square player. Would it be fair to say there's a big difference between being a full-time centre square midfielder and someone who pinch hits and the ability to consistently win those centre clearances?
Oh, they've got some really good players on ballers that really good at their craft. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But we didn't have Shuey, Yo, Kelly, Sheed. There's a few good players there. But that's not to say that's an excuse. I think there's some positivity with some of our players who went through there. They'll grow and learn from it. But yeah, in the end, we got outmatched in that area, and it cost us.
A lot of players, Simo, that got a chance tonight under normal circumstances wouldn't have. Anything you particularly liked? Anything that you unearthed, do you think?
Look, everyone will grow from tonight. So, I mean, debuting 4 players, 1 first gamer, getting to see Naish, he's been here for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and I thought he started really well. Young Dixon, he's raw, and he's got a lot to learn, but, he wasn't with us 4 weeks ago. So I think the belonging piece from a club point of view is something we work really hard on, and they feel like they belong, and they feel like they deserve to be there tonight, and that's a real step forward. Our identity, what we want to be and what kind of brand we want to play, that's something that's new and we want to work on as well. So they're part of that, and it feels like that's grown, that group, through the last 2 or 3 weeks, because we've exposed everyone. Brady Hoff playing his first game tonight perhaps would take a year or two. So, and he wasn't miles off. Obviously, he's pretty raw, and he was under the pump a little bit. But all those little things, I think, will pay us back one day. We just don't want to lose while we're doing it. So, I hope I answered that question well enough.
Yeah, good to have Willie back tonight as well, and just a touch on the use of him in the middle.
Yeah, well, we used Willie, Patrici Seaton, and Jones through the midfield a little bit through necessity. But to be honest, we've been doing that all pre-season, and Willie was doing it 2 years ago. So that's not new, but we haven't seen him for 2 years. So there's a few things that remind us tonight of how good he might be, or how good he is. So that was positive. Jermaine Jones has probably been our best trainer and most well-performed player over pre-season, and he got rewarded tonight. So, those guys getting exposure is great, but to rely on them to go all day, along with some of the other young mids we had through there, and that was a challenge.
There's a bit of debate on the TV at the moment about the Rioli and Rowell collision, whether it was a collision or whether it's a reportable sort of offence. What did you make of that from where you were sitting?
I just thought it was a good contest. But was there a free kick? I don't think there was.
No free kick paid. You guys got a goal out of it.
Sorry?
No free kick paid. You guys actually got a goal out of the
Yeah.
subsequent chain.
Well, there you go. That answers the question.
Adam, with the COVID numbers expected to spike in WA over the next few weeks, is there an option at all for you to leave here and play North Melbourne next week and hang around in Melbourne for a little while the numbers do what they need to do over here?
That's an interesting question. I haven't thought too much about it, but I wouldn't have thought that's part of our planning. We lost a couple of players tonight, unfortunately. As far as I can tell, I don't look at the numbers every day, but there's a fair few numbers in Victoria as well, and with the freedom they have at the moment, that'll be a challenge as well. So I don't want to go, and we don't want to go to Victoria and stay in a bubble all week. So we've got to be careful. We've got to do the right thing. We have been doing the right thing. I think we've managed it really well, but there might be some cases. So we've got to deal with that and do what's right for us and our players and the club. But at this stage, I don't think we'll be doing that.
G'day, Simo. Chatters here. Just on Jermaine Jones, he limped off late in the match. It looked like maybe a knee or a leg. How did he pull up after the game?
I think we may have had no injuries tonight, so I think it was a cramp. So touch wood. Let's get through the next 24 hours. I think we might be okay from an injury front, and you couldn't say that we didn't have a crack. So I'm glad we displayed some of the efforts that we displayed and we got through. So fingers crossed, he's fine.
Oh, that's good news. And touching back on Willie Rioli, how significant was it just for him to get through his comeback game and have some pretty good moments within that, and now be able to look forward and to the rest of the year?
Oh, he's been through a lot. I mean, a few people wrote him off and said he shouldn't come back. It's been 2 years. Obviously dealing with the return to play has been probably off Broadway a little bit with what's going on with us at the moment with our injuries and with Jack and all those type of things, but he would have dealt with a lot in the build-up to today. So just to get a game under his belt, he performed well. Players love him. His sense of belonging is very strong. He feels like he's home, so that's all positive.
And apart from Alex Witherden, who do you get back for next week?
Well, hopefully Tim Kelly, Liam Ryan, Jack Darling, Luke Shuey. Apart from Witherden, which he'd be good too. But we're hoping that we can get through training really well, and some of these players that we did hold off tonight with because they needed to be. We'll see how they go with training and see what happens this week.
Zoom call's going to run out,
So, Darling,
so we need to be quick.
Sorry, the Zoom call might run out. I've just been told.
Okay, just a quick one. So Darling, with that injury, he's actually looking quite good for next week.
Yeah, we'll work through what he's super fit. He only missed a few sessions with it, so it's how he feels and how we had a bit of a match in with the Waffle Eagles on the weekend. He kicked about 10 goals, so he looked okay, but it was 3 12-minute sort of quarters, so he'll we'll see how he goes, see how he pulls up, but we won't rush him. If he's right, he's right. If he's not, we won't play him.
And to be able to pair him with JK again, how good would that be for you?
Well, yeah, that's a pretty good combo. Oscar Allen would be great too. So, we think if we can try and jag a couple of wins, keep growing and seeing some belief in our system and the way we want to play, keep playing with spirit, and hopefully get some players back and get some more wins on the board. But yeah, we grew tonight, but we didn't get the 4 points, so we're still pretty disappointed.